Hi, I'm Tara Nolan from Savvy Gardening. We've teamed up with our friends at Gardner Supply Company to share some gifts for garden lovers. After gardening for many years, we're all pretty particular about the garden gear that we bring into our collections, so we've gathered some of our favorites here. I will explain why our selections are incredibly useful for a few different tasks in the garden, and some of these ideas you may want to consider for your own garden, while others you may tuck away as a gardening gift idea for a fellow green thumb. This sturdy seed organizer, the Deluxe Galvanized Seed Saver Kit, can be taken right out to the garden. Handles on the side make it easy to transport, and it's made from galvanized steel, so you can set it in dirt, grass, or mulch while you sort out what to plant, and everything inside will stay dry and organized. It features 5 compartments and handy tabs to categorize your seed packets. Depending on the size of your seed collection, you can probably also store some plant tags and a marker in there too. If you're a seed saver, there are 36 special envelopes that are air, water, and grease resistant. Once your seeds have dried, you can pour them into an envelope for safe storage. I have big plastic watering cans that I lug around for my outdoor containers, but for houseplants and small outdoor pots, you need something with a narrow spout that's easier to carry around. Made of copper-plated steel, the copper indoor watering can holds 3 quarts of water. The curve of the handle is elegant, but also practical. It's attached from the top and then it curves around to the bottom so I can hold it with 2 hands and control how much water my plants get. The design of the spout is also helpful, avoiding drips, which is more of a big deal indoors than it is outside. The spout is slender and curved, which is perfect for getting between the leaves of a plant and making sure the water is directed into the pot and not on the table or ground around the plant. This also helps prevent the water from splashing on and marring the leaves. When I'm asked about what my favorite gardening tool is, I usually respond with my Hori Hori knife because this follows me everywhere throughout the garden. I use it for weeding and planting in tough areas, and it comes in really handy in the fall when I'm taking my containers apart. Everything usually ends up pretty root bound, so the soil knife allows me to cut through everything to loosen the plants and then store my pots away for the winter. It can also create a quick hole for bulb or garlic planting. This is the Gardener's Lifetime Hori Hori knife if you're looking it up online. This is a special 2-for-1 tool that's a great addition to a gardener's tool shed. The Lifetime long-handled double tool is both a hoe and a weeder. It is a Gardner Supply Company exclusive that comes with a lifetime guarantee, and it's attached to a well-secured blade that is hand-forged from high-carbon Swedish boron steel. Use it in both flower beds and the vegetable garden for various tasks like weeding and loosening the soil. A long handle made from European ash hardwood allows you to garden more comfortably from a more upright position instead of bending over. Sometimes it's nice to have certain garden gear at your fingertips. Instead of popping into the garage or a tool shed, what you need can be stored right in the garden. The Gardner Supply Company designed galvanized garden tool storage box can be attached to a raised bed, fence, or shed. Anywhere really that is a convenient spot for a small stash of gear. Made of galvanized steel with a sturdy lid, the box won't rust and you don't have to worry about your tools and accessories inside getting wet. I got my very first pair of rose gloves to tackle a very overgrown rose bush in the garden of my first home. The thorns were enormous, so I quickly learned the benefits of protecting my hands and arms when pruning and removing dead canes. These rose gloves from Gardner Supply Company protect my hands from the rose bush I have in my current garden, which has much smaller thorns, though they're still very sharp. And it also helps me tackle other gardening tasks like weeding prickly plants and pruning my cedars. Now here is a cool idea for the vegetable garden: the 2x8-foot arch trellis. It's strong enough to support squash vines laden with fruit, but it would also look pretty stellar with other climbing veggies like beans. Growing vegetables vertically leaves space in the garden for other crops. Of course, you can also train flowering vines up and over so you have a bloom-filled archway in the garden. This trellis attaches easily with existing Gardner Supply Company products. You can attach it to one structure, either the 2x8-foot planter box or elevated raised bed, or use it to create an arch over 2 of the 2x8x4-foot elevated planter boxes or elevated raised beds. It is also very easy to install. Simply pop the caps off each corner and slide the trellis feet in. I hope you will find some of these gardening products useful in your garden, or of course, if you're looking for a gift for a gardener who is hard to buy for, maybe one of these items can be added to their collection of essential tools or accessories. I'd like to extend a big thank you to Gardner Supply Company for sponsoring this video. Happy gardening!